Northwest Share is a 501c3 nonprofit organization based in Seattle, founded in 1998 by our president, Harry Terhanian. Northwest Share promotes arts, culture, heritage, education, health, and humanitarian services. It organizes many arts, cultural, and humanitarian festivals all around Washington state in partnership with many city, state governments, and nonprofit organizations. Northwest Share organizes this virtual spring festival in partnership with Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission Folk and Traditional Arts Program and is made possible by funding from the National Endowment for the Arts and the Washington State Parks Foundation. Northwest Share serves the Seattle, Redmond, and Tacoma communities 7 days a week, 365 days a year through their free vegetarian food truck. Northwest Share serves thousands of boxes of healthy vegetarian food every week. Northwest Share believes in creating prosperity by sharing. It is run 100% by volunteers. Please donate to Northwest Share to enable them to continue their service. Visit their website www.nwshare.org and then click on the donate button. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission, I'd like to welcome you to this virtual celebration. My name is Michaela Croyne, and I'm a folklorist for Washington State Parks. I work with communities like yours to make sure that all have access to our beautiful state parks as venues of celebration of cultural traditions through events, educational programs, and outreach. Today's program was made possible by generous support from the National Endowment for the Arts, the Washington State Parks Foundation, and through sales of our specialty license plate. If you love our public parks and you enjoy programs like these, I encourage you to consider purchasing a Discover Pass, a license plate, donating, or even volunteering. Well, I know we're all disappointed that we can't gather together at Lake Sammamish State Park to celebrate this day. I hope that knowing a lot of us are tuning in from our homes will make us feel connected in a different way.
Hi folks, my name is Harry Terhanian. I'm the director of Northwest Share organization, especially Michaela, for the Spring Festival this year. Well, of course, because of the COVID, it's going to be a virtual festival. The organizer and artistic director of our virtual festival is Letta. Is a wonderful person, very, very expert at organizing cultural programs, multicultural programs. So this year we have an exciting multicultural program showing the traditional habits of Native people around the world. And today also I'm at my farm. Here's a beautiful rhubarb plant. And this is the beginning of May, and you can see everything is in full bloom. This is the real purpose of spring, to see nature renew itself. It's a miracle how it happens. And we have all these growing boxes. There's a lot of fresh kale here, and different cabbages, mustard, and spinach, and so many things growing already. So this festival will be really wonderful because we find out how the Iranians and how the Cambodians and how the Native Indians and other people celebrate the coming of spring, the renewal of nature, and the miracle of everything beginning to bloom after the hard winter. Especially in the Seattle area, we had a hard winter this year, and so we want to welcome spring with the culture, the celebration of different cultures, And we want to thank Governor Jay Inslee and other politicians that have given a good plug for our festival, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much, and God bless you, and enjoy the spring in Seattle.
Hi, I'm Lata Samamurthy, producer and director of Spring Festival, organized by Northwest Share in partnership with Washington State Parks Folk and Traditional Arts Program. I'll be presenting the celebration of spring in diverse cultures. Be ready to take a cultural tour around the world with your families and friends. Happy spring!
Hi, Governor Jay Inslee here, and I'd like to welcome you to this year's Northwest Share Spring Festival. Thanks to Northwest Share for organizing this event, and to the Washington State Parks and Recreation Folk and Traditional Arts Program for partnering to make it happen. And obviously thanks to Lata and Harry and to all the artists who are performing in this virtual festival. We know spring is a time of renewal and new life. There's a good reason to celebrate today. Longer, sunnier days, new leaves on the trees. Spring is also the time of hope, something that has an even deeper meaning this year. Our hope has been renewed not just by the changing seasons, but by the effort to protect our friends, family, and loved ones, by getting vaccinated against COVID-19. I hope we all do that. I hope we encourage our loved ones to do the same. I'd like to wish everyone a happy spring. Please enjoy today's performances. Stay safe, friends, and get outside and enjoy this beautiful state. Good luck.
Isn't spring amazing? Did you know different cultures welcome and celebrate spring in a variety of ways? What about you? What do you do? Personally, I like to take a stroll through nature, and I just so happen to work for Washington State Parks, so that works out pretty well. We've got parks all over the state, so I bet there's even one by you. With over 100 parks to choose from, there's bound to be one you'll enjoy. It's important to acknowledge the Native American people that have cultivated relationships with the lands, animals, plants, and waters since time immemorial. Before you grab your backpack and hit the trail, we encourage you to learn about the rich Native American heritage of your area. Here at Sequest State Park, the lands we currently steward are that of the Cowlitz, the Klickitat, and the Upper Chinook.
Hi, my name is Leah. I love spending time outside exploring our parks. My favorite time is the spring, when nature comes to life before our very eyes. It's as if overnight, the trees unfurl their leaves, the flowers begin to bloom, and the birds become restless for warmer days ahead. But the truth is that nature is always alive. Even in the winter, when our vegetation appears brown and lifeless, our environment is in a constant state of recycling, a system that never stops.
Things grow and then they die and decompose, creating fresh new soil that starts the cycle all over again.
I'm going to explore some of the parks near my home. I've brought my nature journal with me to write down signs of spring that I find today. I'm going to make sure to take the time today to draw what I see. I'm going to sit down and listen to all the sounds around me. I'll bring my magnifying glass to get a closer look at things. What do you say? Do you want to join me? All right, let's go. Good thing I brought my map. Let's see which way to go. I think, from what I can tell, it looks like we should go that way. Let's go. Whoa, did you see that? You know, I've heard that Bigfoot lives here. I love enjoying our state parks because every adventure is different. There's so much to explore.
And I love your attitude, Leah. Washington State Parks is happy to have you.
Where does she come from?
Hi there, my name's Ranger Alyssa, and I love spending time in our parks too. The next time you're out on our trails, I encourage you to engage all of your senses as you look, listen, smell, and touch the world around you. This is a great way to fully experience the great outdoors.
What are you doing, Ranger Alyssa?
Oh, hey there. Well, when you're outside, it's nice to crane your neck up to the canopy above you. Or maybe down to your feet to see life within the soil. Or sometimes side to side to see the vegetation and understory all around you. You know, Leah, this time of year, the plants are all leafing out. Everything is looking so full and healthy. But I bet you're wondering, why?
Well, my favorite part of spring is the sunshine. It makes me feel so warm and toasty. Is this how the plants feel too?
Yes, Leah, that's a great guess. It's because ideal conditions are available in order for the plants to grow. The weather, such as rainfall, provides them the water that they need. And the longer days means that the air temperature and soil temperature increases from the warmth of the sun.
Nature is so neat. Nature.
Well, if you listen closely, you might hear bird song all around, or the wind rustling through the branches, or little animals scurrying through the underbrush. These are all signs of spring, increased activity all around. You know, a lot of folks around here are birders, and they like to celebrate spring migration. Did you hear that?
Hey, there it is.
That's right. Well, when the woodpeckers get noisy, you know spring is in the air. Around here, we have pileated, hairy, downy, northern flickers, and sapsuckers. And in the spring, they all start drumming. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, okay, that kind of drumming. To both announce their territory and to attract the attention of other woodpeckers so they can make friends.
Boop, 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 boop. Friends? Woodpeckers have friends?
Yeah, like special friends that they eat meals with and start a family with. I've always heard it's something to do with the birds and the bees.
Look, a bee!
Wow, look what you found, a pollinator. This time of year, the hummingbirds, the butterflies, and the bees are out in abundance, helping to pollinate all the flowers. They go from flower to flower, spreading the pollen. That way we have more plants in the future. Oh, I wouldn't touch it. I think bees fall in the category of do not touch. Now just remember, there's some things you should be cautious about coming into contact with. Here's another one. The stinging nettle. They've been shooting up all over the place. These plants right here, these are the stinging nettle.
Ouch! I've touched those before. They hurt. Do animals actually eat these? And how?
That's a great question, Leah. Yes, they actually do. Deer in particular eat the stinging nettle. It's a trick I like to call the nettle burrito. It's exactly what it sounds like. They use their long tongue to roll the nettle leaf, just like rolling a tortilla for a burrito. As they roll it, all the stinging hairs that would cause the pain are wrapped on the inside. Then down the hatch it goes. Delicious. In fact, humans can eat nettle too. When it first comes up and it's fresh and young, it's really quite tasty, like cooked spinach. And the interior and coastal tribes have been using nettle for a very long time. Even the fiber is important. You can make snares, fish nets, and straps. Now remember, when you're out enjoying our parks, please try not to over-harvest any of the foods you're foraging for, and don't eat things you're unfamiliar with. Make sure you're with somebody who's pretty knowledgeable about the plants and animals in the area.
The birds, the bees, the nettle, pollinators. Let's go sit down for a second and review what Ranger Alyssa taught us. Ranger Alyssa and I talked about our senses. We talked about what we could see, hear, touch, smell. I don't think we covered that yet. We talked about how all the plants are growing, the birds are really active, and the pollinators are busy bees. Oh, hey, what are you looking at?
Oh, right over there, there's a raccoon.
Oh.
Yeah, right there.
Over where?
Right there.
Over where? Where does she keep going? Yeah, what is that smell? It smells like something's rotting out here. Ew.
Well, hey there. You must be smelling the amazing western skunk cabbage. Here I am sitting in a marsh where they grow, where the mud is, and you also noticed its lovely pungent aroma. Isn't that great? Man, this thing's good. Take a look at these leaves. They're humongous. They also go by the name swamp lantern because of the way that their flowers look. In fact, they're one of the first flowers to emerge in the spring. But that time has come and gone. So let's show you a picture of what that looks like. Boop! That's because they have the remarkable ability to produce their own heat and bloom, even when the ground is cold and frozen. This is a trait called thermogenesis.
Wow, they're their own personal heaters. Can I feel the heat too?
That's a great question, Leah. For starters, you probably noticed all the insects flying about. I mean, they're everywhere. That's because of the skunk cabbage. A remarkable process is going on at work right now. The skunk cabbage emit a strong smell and it attracts pollinating insects. The pollinating insects come by and they go from flower to flower, both warming themselves and pollinating the next plant over. It's kind of like hikers on a long journey, taking a rest before the next leg of their hike. This looks good. Oh, how cute. There's a little frog in here. He picked a great spot, staying warm from the air, constantly rising up and out of the flower. This plant is really important for people too, especially our local tribes. They're incredibly valuable for their use as wax paper, for lining berry baskets, steaming pits, and drying racks.
All the flowers and plants are blooming. So I drew what the skunk cabbage would look like when it was in bloom in early spring. Blech. Let's go find some flowers that smell better. Wow, look at this beautiful purple flower. I wonder what it is.
That's a great question, Leah. This is called salmonberry. It's one of the first berries to ripen in the springtime, and it's an important food source for the plants and the animals. As a fair warning, it tastes good, but it's rather bitter.
Salmon. Look at these delicate leaves. Oh, and these tiny blooms. I wonder what this could be.
This, my friend, is called red huckleberry. By summertime, little red berries adorn this entire bush. They're sweet and so delicious. This is actually really important to the indigenous people. They harvest them in large quantities, eat them fresh, dry them, and store them for later.
Why does she keep disappearing? What are you up to?
Oh, hi there, Leah. I'm just sitting here admiring this beautiful western trillium flower. Isn't it gorgeous?
It is.
Wow. It's also called the wake robin, because it's one of the first flowers to emerge in the springtime, by the same time that the robins come out. Oh, to be a trillium. Now, most folks recognize a trillium flower when it's white. Let me show you a picture of that here. Boop! But once it's been pollinated by the insects in the area, it eventually turns pink and sometimes purple.
The trillium was so beautiful, I just had to draw it myself. We've discovered a lot of spring plants, like the salmonberry, the red huckleberry, the western trillium, and the stinky skunk cabbage. What was that? Give me the creeps.
I think you might have seen a snake.
A snake?
Yeah, this time of year the ectotherms, or the cold-blooded animals, come out to sunbathe with the sun.
Sunning.
Yeah,
Is that what they do?
yeah, sunbathing.
I love sunbathing.
Yeah, okay. Oh, look at that, you found some earthworms. They're helping to break down the soil.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to add that to my journal.
Oh, hi there. I see you've noticed the fertile soil all around. Now remember, this stuff is really important, so don't treat it like dirt. Throughout the year, all the trees have deposited leaves down onto the ground, and there's nutrient recycling, right in time for the spring growth.
Wow, there really is something everywhere we look. We just learned that decomposers break down the forest litter all around us, and we got to see earthworms.
Don't forget about me. I break down the soil too. I found a snail. Come take a look. It's butterfly, darner, and dragonfly season. So I've got my handy dandy field guide, and I'm gonna look around and see what I can see. I have a feeling most of them are out in the meadow this way. Let's go find them.
Wow, she's like a squirrel. Look at all that energy.
I don't think I'm gonna catch anything with holes that big.
Wow, we've learned that pollinators are flying everywhere. And we even saw Ranger Alyssa trying to find some butterflies. Wow, look what I found. It's robin eggs blue. I bet it's from a crow.
Actually, I think that's from an American robin. Another sign of spring is baby season. Birds in particular build their nests, lay their eggs, and raise their young. This is evidence of that behavior. And don't forget about all the baby animals. They're out there too. The next time you visit our parks, please be careful about the deer babies, squirrel babies, raccoon babies, frog babies, turtle babies, snail babies, slug babies, coyote babies, fox babies, bear babies, berry babies, tadpole babies, frog babies. Lots of babies. There's lots of babies.
We saw so many signs of spring today. We learned to use our senses to explore. We learned that birds are migrating right now. Woodpeckers are even making new friends. New plants are growing. Animals and people are foraging from these plants that are popping up. Flowers are blooming for pollinators, and our decomposers are busy, like our friend the worm. And of course, there are so many baby animals. Thank you for joining us today. Spring offers endless inspiration to painters, foragers, photographers, outdoor enthusiasts of all kinds. Come join us and celebrate spring. Use all of your senses at a park near you.
It is my pleasure to join you all in celebrating the first Spring Festival. But first I want to thank all the volunteers from Northwest Share, the Washington State Parks, and give a special shout out and thank you to Latha for the tireless work and countless hours that were dedicated in order to make this event happen. Thank you and good on you. Before we get into the fun activities like music and dance performances, puppet shows, my personal favorite, basket weaving tutorials, and other events, I wanted to talk about the significance of spring and why this spring is so special. Spring has always been known as the season of new beginnings. Fresh buds bloom, animals awaken from their winter hibernation, farmers and gardeners plant their seed, and the earth seems to literally come to life again. And in Washington State, spring is also the transition from the doom and gloom of a dark winter and the beginning of the sunshine season, however short it may be. I think we all understand that the past year has been extremely difficult, and there has certainly been some doom and gloom between a rampant pandemic and national protest, and while just so very much uncertainty about the future. It seems as though everyone has experienced more than one trying moment. But the beauty of spring is that the environment around us is fresh and new, and it is this newness that we are celebrating today, albeit virtually. It is a newness that unites communities with a fresh sense of hope for a brighter tomorrow. It is a newness that motivates innovation and sparks new ideas for the current troubles of our society. It is a newness that revitalizes our inner optimism. So as we virtually celebrate the first annual Spring Festival, may the promise and newness of springtime lift you up. I leave you with this quote by author Hal Borland: "No winter lasts forever, no spring skips its turn." I hope you all have an amazing time celebrating this Spring Festival, and thank you so much for the honor of being here.
Hi, I'm Lata here. Happy spring everyone, and welcome to our Spring Festival. We are going to make a beautiful arrangement of flowers in this beautiful spring season. What better way to celebrate spring than making a beautiful pattern of these lovely flowers? And this is called flower mandala. The inspiration of this activity comes from the traditional festival of Onam in Kerala, India, in which it is essential to display such wonderful flower patterns. Mandala is in Sanskrit is circle. Mandala is a spiritual symbol in Hinduism and Buddhism representing universe. The circular designs you could see in the mandala symbolizes the idea that life is never ending, and everything is connected. The mandala also represents spiritual journey. I would like to introduce Annie Penta. And Annie Penta is an amazing artist, not only a visual artist, but also a performing artist. And she makes this beautiful flower mandala in most of my festivals and many places. And also she's taking care of a Kathak dance school here in Seattle, which is called Leela Kathak Dance School. And Deepa is one of the beautiful dancers, and they have performed all around Washington State. And let's enjoy making flower mandala. Thank you. So we are sitting in Goloka Farm, and it is owned by Northwest Share and Harry Terhanian, and this farm is situated in Redmond, and we have lots of cows here, goats, you could hear them, baby goats, and everything here, and we are enjoying making this flower mandala and enjoying the spring season. And so Annie, do you know the story behind this flower mandala where they make this pookolam? We call it pookolam.
The thing that I know is that you come from the part of India that it comes from.
Kerala.
Anybody's going to talk about it, it should be you.
Thank you, Annie. So do you like, are you interested in listening to the story?
Yes.
So you this flower mandala is inspired and initiated from that festival, Onam, that happens in Kerala, and it is a harvest festival. And it falls on Thiruvonam day. Thiruvonam is a star, so that's how they got the name Onam. And the story is, there was this very powerful king called Mahabali. They used to call Mahabali Chakravarti, and so he was a big devotee of Vishnu. Vishnu is one of the gods of Hindu, and so this Vishnu's devotee was Mahabali, and he was a very powerful king, as I mentioned. And he conquered the 3 worlds, even from the gods. And so he became so powerful.
Oh, the 3 worlds.
3 worlds. And all the other gods ran to Vishnu and said, we don't have a land to rule now. Yes, he owns everything. Please get it back. Let's go fight. Because we are scared to fight with him. He's very strong. So please come with us. But he was a big devotee of Vishnu, because he was a grandson of Prahlad. Prahlad was, a devotee of Vishnu. And so he said, no, I don't want to hurt my devotee, because he's also a very nice man and a very nice king. So what shall we do? Okay, I could do one thing. I could get back all the kingdom to you in a very peaceful manner. I will make him give everything to me, peacefully. Oh, really? Yeah, I could do that. So Vishnu said, great. And then this Mahabali Chakravarti, he had a big ritual, because he had won the 3 worlds, right? So he invited people like us. They sat around this big yagna, that fire. Instead of flower mandala, they had the fire. All big kings sat, and during that ritual, usually whoever goes to the king and ask any kind of wish, it's granted. So Vishnu, he took a form of Vamana. That was the 5th avatar of Vishnu. There are Dasavatars, and this is 5th avatar. Vamana means short, a dwarf man, very short man with an umbrella. He came, and he came to Mahabali and said, salutations. Oh, wow. Vishnu said, great. Mahabali said, great, what do you want? Tell me. So he said, no, I just want, 3 paces of land. I will measure it, hey, with my foot, 3 paces of land. That's it. You have such small, tiny foot. That's it you need. Smiled, please. Granted. Take. That second, that Vamana, little boy, grew bigger and bigger and bigger. He took that avatar, Vamana avatar, that Vishnu became so big. With 1 pace, he took the entire earth. The second, the entire sky, the other second world. And with the 3rd foot, he did not have place to keep, because he has taken all worlds, right? Where shall I keep my other foot? He realized it was Vishnu, and he was a devotee of Vishnu, right? And he was a nice man. So he said, put your foot on my head. So when he put his foot on his placed his foot on his head, he was crushed under the earth. So he went under the earth, and he's a ruler of the underworld. But he said, whenever you want to come, the day Thiruvonam, when you come out, you could come out that day out of the earth. That day, all ladies will dress up beautifully, and they will make this Pookolam, this flower mandala, and you could come and see the entire place will be filled with colorful flowers, and ladies will be dancing, and they make great feast, special food that day. So he said, thank you very much. And so every Onam, the belief, the faith is, he would come out and he would see that, enjoy everything. He would spend his time one day on earth, and then he'll go again under the earth.
And he'll be happy.
Happy forever,
Come back the next
till
year.
the next Onam. So we are making this flower mandala inspired from Pookolam.
So when he comes and sees it,
Yes, maybe he's already here.
yeah.
He's looking at us, and hope you enjoyed the story. Beautiful. So when you get all these flowers, when you look at them, do you get the pattern in your mind when you're looking at the flowers?
The beginning of it was in my head, but the rest of it we all have to do.
Just together you did it,
Yeah,
right?
But he says, no, we put these pink ones down, and it just worked.
Because I never see you drawing anything and then putting stuff on that. She just makes like that,
In the tradition, they did draw it.
Yes.
They drew all the patterns.
Absolutely.
And they filled it in. But the women just fill the areas with flowers from your tradition.
Yes. In Kerala, Onam Day, they keep very particular flowers that are grown during that time of
Yeah,
the
that's
year.
right.
Absolutely. And they also perform a dance, Kaikotikali, and different varieties of dances around it in the traditional mundu sari they wear, and it's very beautiful. Shall we start making more designs? Okay. Let's keep doing. Thank you very much, friends, Annie, Penta, Deepa, and Annie's sister Carol, for making this wonderful flower mandala for the Spring Festival. They are looking so beautiful, so fresh and colorful. I would like to thank our President Harry Terhanian, and I would like to thank Northwest Share. Thank you. Happy spring, all of you.
Hi, it's Susan. It is finally spring, a time of renewal. And as we see the flowers bloom and enjoy the outdoors, spring brings us hope for a new chapter in all of our lives after this past year. From the Persian New Year, Nowruz, to the Hindu celebration of Holi, the arrival of spring is welcomed in different ways around the world. And that's why I appreciate opportunities like Northwest Share's Spring Festival that bring people together from diverse backgrounds and cultures across Washington to share and celebrate traditions. Thanks to the folks at Northwest Share, particularly Latha Sambamurti and Harry Terhanian, and the Washington State Parks Folk and Traditional Arts Program for organizing this wonderful event. And thanks to all of the artists for performing in the festival. I hope you enjoy the event and have a happy spring. Please stay safe and stay healthy.
Good afternoon. I'm Pete Mayer, your Director of Washington State Parks, and on behalf of the Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission and our Folk and Traditional Arts Program, I welcome you to today's spring celebration, where we have a melding of cultures, arts, and all that is great with spring rebirth. Please join me in thanking Northwest Share and many volunteers that made today's event possible. We hope you enjoyed today's performances by Cambodian, Hindi, Persian, Cowlitz Indian, and Sinhalese artists and educators. Please sit back and enjoy the next couple of hours where we celebrate the best of our cultures. Thank you and welcome.
Namaskaram and hello. My name is Deepthi, and today I'm going to take you on a virtual tour to Kerala, India to celebrate Vishu. Vishu is a new year celebrated in Kerala. It is also a harvest festival that is celebrated in mid-April. It is the festival of prosperity and abundance. What exactly is Vishu? Vishu means equal in Sanskrit. It is signifying the spring equinox, which has equal day and equal night. And this mostly falls on the 14th of April every year. And thus we celebrate Vishu on this day. What do we do on Vishu? On the day of Vishu, the most important thing is the Vishu Kani. The Vishu Kani is a grand and positive and vibrant display of fruits and vegetables, money, grains, gold, silver, because the belief is that you must start the year on a very positive note, and whatever you see on the first day of the year is how your entire year is going to be. Usually the woman of the house or the elderly person in the house arranges the Vishu Kani the night before, and in the morning she wakes up all the family members one by one and brings them to the altar and shows them the Vishu Kani. We also place a mirror in the Vishu Kani. When you look in the mirror, it reflects and it also multiplies and shows in abundance whatever is there. Welcome to our humble Vishu Kani. Here we have the deity of Lord Krishna. We have placed a mirror over here which has a gold chain around it. We have the lamp that I have lit over here. We have all the fruits and vegetables that I could find here. Mango, yellow cucumber, bananas, oranges, apple. We have coconut halves, and people traditionally also place jackfruit cut into halves on either side, and whatever other vegetables and fruits they can find. We also have grains, rice and lentils over here, and we have placed some coins and some currency. And we also have betel leaves along with bananas, and we have some turmeric, and we have the kumkumam, which is like a colored powder which is considered to be auspicious. And we have placed all these things over here. An important speciality of the Vishu Kani is a yellow flower called the konapu, which grows only at the time of Vishu. But since we don't find the konapu over here in the US, I have placed these yellow flowers that I could find. We hope you enjoyed our humble Vishu Kani. We want to wish you a very happy, prosperous, healthy and peaceful new year.
Happy Vishu!
Happy Vishu!
Another very important part of the Vishu celebrations is the Vishu Kainita. Now this is a very exciting thing for the younger generation, especially children. Vishu Kainitam is nothing but coins or money given by the elders in the family to the younger ones as a blessing. And we try to save all this money, or at least a part of it, until next year, because it is believed that this money staying with you is going to make you prosperous. And all the children excitedly keep collecting all the coins and money that they receive and show it around proudly. I would also like to take you back to my childhood days when we used to excitedly wait to go to Kerala, Wayanad, where my grandparents lived, to celebrate Vishu with the entire family. All the cousins, my aunts and uncles, and everybody got together to celebrate this festival in a grand manner. We used to travel by bus to Wayanad. All the lush greenery would welcome us, the simple people, the temples, the whole atmosphere. It is truly God's own country for this reason. Another important part of Vishu is the Vishu Kodi, which is new clothes. So we would go shop for new clothes before Vishu, so we could wear it on the day of the festival. We used to buy fireworks of different kinds, and the previous day of Vishu and on the day of Vishu, we used to burst these fireworks and have lots of fun as children. The variety of dishes prepared in the kitchen by the ladies of the house, each and every dish was better than the other. The grand feast of Vishu is called a Vishu Sadhya. The significance of the Sadhya is we use all the vegetables and fruits that we have kept in the kani to prepare the grand feast. The feast will comprise dishes of all the 6 tastes, that is salty, sweet, spicy, bitter, sour and astringent. The message that is given here is that just like how the meal is balanced with all these 6 tastes, our lives are also full of these kind of varied experiences, and we need to balance them with a steady mind. So there is a little bit of a spiritual message as well in the celebration of this festival. It's made with mangoes and jackfruit and coconut and all the other seasonal vegetables like raw plantain, moringa. Very healthy and yummy too. Hello, welcome to the grand feast called the Vishu Sadhya.
Here we have the sweet dish, which is the payasam or the pradaman made of jackfruit, followed by the tair khichdi made of okra and yogurt, kootu curry made of raw plantain and lentils. Then we have the manga pachadi, which is a tamarind based sweet and sour dish, Mambara pulisheri, which is a yogurt and mango dish. We have sambar, rasam, avial, which is a medley of vegetables and yogurt. We also have some homemade ghee. Also have papadam and kaya chips or plantain chips.
Now I'm going to serve everything on this plantain leaf, which we traditionally eat our meals in. And we finished the meal with yogurt mixed with rice, and that aids digestion. And finally, another round of payasam, and that completes the grand feast. Now I'm going to sing a few lines of a song that is sung during Vishu. Kanikanum neram kamala netrande niramerum manya tugil charti kanaka kinkini valagal modiram aninyu kanenam bhagavane Malarmadin Kandan Vasudevatmajan Pulakale Padi Kuraludi Chiluchile Yennum Kilangum Kanjana Chilambeto Diva Kanikanan. I hope you enjoyed this virtual celebration of the Vishu festival in Kerala, India, and I hope I was able to take you on a nostalgic ride down memory lane to my childhood days and the traditions with which I grew up. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Lata Sambamurthy, the producer and director of this program, and Northwest Share for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you and happy Vishu.
Hi, I'm Manka Dhingra, the state senator from the 45th Legislative District. Thank you so much, Northwest Share and Lata, for organizing this wonderful festival. Spring is my favorite time of year. When we start seeing the flowers coming out and new life budding, I also love celebrating Holi, the festival of colors. And it's sad that we weren't able to be all together in Marymore Park and rejoice together, but I'm looking forward to doing it next year. I also love taking this opportunity to celebrate Vaisakhi and getting my vegetable garden ready. So thank you again so much for celebrating the beginning of hope, new life, and wonderful weather.
Well, hello everyone, my name is wanted to showcase a New Year table with you called Scene, the 7 S's. Here we're at one of our amazing board members' homes. She always does an incredible job of decorating her half scene. Persian New Year is celebrated through the entire world with different styles, traditions, and every household has its own unique ways of displaying their tables for whatever is unique to them. So whatever you see on the video here today, it doesn't mean that every household is the same. I'm going to take you through the journey of the table in a little bit and explaining what each and every single element that is iconic to the half scene table define as. Every table is set up about a week before, and every spring cleaning is done about a week before celebrating and the arrival of the Persian New Year, Nowruz, and spring. So here we go with showcasing all these different elements. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for being with us. Here we are with Sarah's half scene table, and I'm going to walk you through what each of these symbols represent. Some of the extra symbols are just decoration purposes, and there are 7 S's that are symbolic to the half scene table, and 7 S's symbolize 7 elements. I'll start with S in Farsi. So here we go. Here we have vinegar, which is serke, symbolizes patience and age. We have garlic, that is seer, symbolizing medicine. We have apple, which symbolizes health and beauty, which is seeb. And we have somar, which is sumek, representation of the color of sunrise. Bitter orange in water represents our planet Earth that we live in, going in circular motion. But that's just symbolic. That's not a symbol that starts with S. We have senjed, which is dried fruit from lotus tree, symbolizing love. And we have samanu, which is a sweet pudding, symbolizes affluence. And this samanu, the process of making it, the one that you guys see in this video, is homemade. The process of making it is very close on how we grow our sabzi. With that said, sabzi represents rebirth, which is incredible, the process of it growing. You watch it grow before your very own eyes, and it's just so beautiful how it comes. And different households use different beans and seeds to get their sabzi going, and this one is wheat. The 7 S's that's represented on a table, they need to be edible. So there are different elements that are not edible, like the hyacinth, which symbolizes spring flower, seke, which is coins representing money, and seke on the table represents wealth and prosperity in the new year. Placing an odd number of coins on rice or wheat symbolizes blessings of wealth for the new year. You also see eggs symbolizing fertility, and every household decorates their eggs in different shape and form, and here are Sarah's beautiful decorated eggs. Candles are not starting with S's in Farsi, they're sham, they're with sh, but they represent enlightenment, and every household definitely has them going as we get closer to the Persian New Year, the ring of spring. Symbolism of shirini, which is sweet, is also found on the tables, spreading the sweetness going into the new year. Every household definitely has mirror going alongside the candles. Some believe that it represents reflection, and some believe that spreads the light that is being reflected on the half-seen table. And for those who celebrate Nowruz and know all about the details of what it takes to put this table together, they know that something is missing on this table, and it's fish. And environmentalists believe that goldfishes should not be used for the half-seen decorations because they tend to die. Usually people keep them in small vases, and it's not enough oxygen for the fishes to last and for them to be returned to the nature. So a lot of households have stopped using fish, live fish, but there's always a symbolism of fish present. A lot of people believe that the symbol of fish on a half-seen table represents the end of Pisces and beginning of Aries. Goldfish also represent a symbol of life on the half-seen table, but as you can see, there are different elements that also do represent that life, like the sabzi, like the sombol, because these are living. They need water to grow, to be maintained, so they do the job of a living goldfish. And every table has its own symbolic book. So it could be Hafiz poetry, it could be a book of any religion of that household. Some people put Shahnameh, the book of the king. Every half-scene is very personalized to the individual that is putting it together.
Hello everyone, my name is Omid Rustai. I am an Iranian-American psychotherapist and a food blogger. I also serve as a culinary board director with the Seattle Isfahan Sister City Advocacy. I am also a big supporter of the Iranian American Community Alliance, and I am beyond thrilled to be able to show you today a very traditional dish that Iranians prepare for their upcoming Persian New Year called Nowruz. So the dish that we're going to be making today is called sabzi polo ba mahi, which translates to herbs and rice pilaf that is served with a white flesh fish. And so here are the ingredients for our sabzi polo ba mahi today. We'll have fresh chives, parsley, dill, cilantro, as well as some dried fenugreek that are going to get processed in the food processor to create a pretty coarse chop, and some rice that has been soaking in water for about an hour or so. And here's the fish that I'm going to be using today. I am using branzino. You could use sea bass, trout, or sea bream, or really any white flesh fish that is seasonally available. And some saffron that I'm going to ground and add some water to it, and this will be used to color the bottom of the pot with the saffron and some rice that creates that golden, crispy, delicious saffron tadig, the crispy rice. So let's get started. Time to start making the rice. I have brought about 8 cups of water to a boil, and I'm adding about a couple of tablespoons of salt to the water. Be careful as it boils up. The salt will be rinsed out, but it is just enough to flavor the rice. And here's my 2 cups of white basmati rice that I have soaked for an hour, and I'm going to add that into the pot of boiling water and boil this for about 5 to 7 minutes. And you can see how elongated these grains of rice have become. And now it's time to take it off the heat, take it to the sink and strain it and rinse it once. All right, let's start assembling the rice. I'm going to start with making the saffron tahdig. Here's the ground saffron with some water. And so I'm going to put about a tablespoon of that into this bowl. Take about a few tablespoons of this partially parboiled rice and mix it with this saffron water. You need just enough to cover the bottom of the pot that you're going to be using. So if you're using a bigger pot, you will need to do a larger amount of this rice. So gently toss this around so that you have this golden, beautiful, colorful saffron mixed with rice. This needs to get layered in the bottom of the pan. I'm using a non-stick pan, which makes it a lot easier to be able to flip this over when it's time to serve. I'm going to put about 2-3 tablespoons of a pretty neutral oil down on the bottom, just smeared around so that it covers all the nooks and crannies of the pot. And what you want to do is add this saffron rice to the bottom of the pot. Spread it around so that it completely covers the entire surface of the pan. So gently press it down so that it is flat and covering the pan. There we go. So it will look something like this. Now I'm going to start putting a layer of the white rice and then mixing it with a layer of the chopped herbs so that the end result is this beautifully layered rice and herb dish. So take your time and slowly put layer by layer, alternating between the herbs and the white rice. And if you like to mix it a little bit, that will be just fine. I'm just going to make sure that the bottom layer, the saffron tahdig, stays untouched. And this is what it will look like after all the herbs and the rice have been mixed. To this, I'm going to add about a couple teaspoons of oil and about a 1/4 cup of water. And I'm just going to gently drizzle this all over the surface of the rice, and it's ready to be cooked. What I now need to do is grab a clean kitchen towel and wrap the lid inside this towel, pull the edges back and bunch them at the top. And this is what's going to get placed on top of the pot and cooked on medium-low heat for about 45 minutes. The rice has been cooking for about half an hour, and about 15 minutes before it's finished, we want to get the fish started. So I have washed the fish, patted it dry, and I'm just going to lightly score the surface of the fish so that it cooks more effectively and that it also becomes a really nice presentation as you serve it. That salt and pepper and turmeric gets mixed and sprinkled on top and inside of the fish and makes it ready to be fried. So go ahead, gently do so and get it ready. I know the temptation is there to lift the lid, but don't do it. Here's a medium-low flame cooking for about 45 minutes. Now it's time to start frying the fish. So grab the fish, heat the oil, and gently place it into the pan. And cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side, depending on the size of the fish. All Right, rice has been cooking for about 50 minutes. It's time to take it out of the pot. So lift the lid, grab yourself a nice platter that you can put on top, and you're going to do this swiftly, carefully, and confidently. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, flip, and here it is. Slowly lift the pot off, and voila, here is crispy saffron tahdig with sabzi polo, and I'm going to take some time and decorate this and present it. So I placed the rice on a platter, mixed it with a little bit more saffron, and garnished it on top. And this is the fish that I removed from the frying pan, and so I'm just going to gently place it on the very top. Sabzi polo ba mahi typically served with Persian pickled garlic, sir torsh, and often it's served with Seville oranges. And if you don't have Seville oranges, you can also use lime or lemon juice. And here's the tahdig that I'm just gonna break up into smaller pieces and just garnish it around the side of the plate. And this is our final dish that Iranians look forward to the eve of Nowruz, the Persian New Year.
Hi, Salam. Welcome to June Sweets Kitchen. Today we're going to make a cookie that is usually made during Nowruz celebration that is called paderazi. In Iran, traditionally they make paderazi with eclair or what we call zaban cookie cutter, but today I will make it with paisley cookie cutter, which I think it looks nicer, and you can make this easily at home with available ingredients, and I will show you step by step how to make this yummy cookie for Nowruz. Hope you like it and enjoy it. Today I will make it with paisley cookie cutter, which I think it looks nicer, and you can make this easily at home with available ingredients, and I will show you step by step how to make this yummy cookie for Nowruz. Hope you like it and enjoy it. So first we will put 150 grams of our unsalted butter in the mixer, and you start low speed medium, and you let it just run for about 1 or 2 minutes until the butter gets light. So in the middle, you can take the butters that are sticking to the pedal attachment and release it, so it will beat these small pieces of butter too. You let it run again. You don't need to beat it too much, just a little bit so it gets light. And now you can add your sifted powdered sugar. I already sifted this, and you can just add it to the mixing bowl. When you add the powdered sugar, you want to start the stand mixer on the low first so it doesn't go all over in the air. Once it starts mixing a little bit, you can add to the speed and put it on the medium low. You will start seeing the mix of butter and powdered sugar. Once it's mixed and light, it's fine, it's good. And now you can add the eggs one by one. You put down again. Now the second egg. Sure all the eggs are clean from the side of the bowl. And now you can start adding the flours one by one. Chicken flour or nohochi flour first. And then I'll be adding the rice flour. Last, the wheat flour or pastry flour. And 1 teaspoon of cardamom. Stop it. Mix it with spatula a little bit. You don't want to incorporate a lot of air into this. So it is a kind of hard to mix mixtures. All the dough mixture from the paddle attachment. Now once we have the dough together, we're just gonna take it out of the mixer bowl. Make a dough and you put it between 2 parchment paper and you roll it a little bit. You make it smooth between the 2 parchment paper and we're gonna put it in the refrigerator and let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. So here you add a little bit of brewed saffron to the egg yolks and start mixing it so you get a dark orange to brush on the cookies. You can put it aside. And now you lift the parchment paper and you can start cutting with your cookie cutter. Wiggle it a little bit to make sure that they're all, it's been cut. And so you can lift the doughs around it. And now because it's chilled, it's easier to lift the cookies and put them on the sheet. After transferring all the cookies to the cookie sheet, we start brushing the saffron and egg yolks mix, and you can brush and make sure all the surface is covered. We're gonna do this twice so we get a better color on the cookies, so you get a deeper orange yellow. So once you brush them all twice, we're gonna garnish them with sesame seeds. I'm just gonna put some. Or some pistachio pieces. Bake them for 10 to 12 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll be back with the final results of our paderazis. These yummy cookies are best for Nowruz. Enjoy. Nosh Jun.
people other than my family and neighbors. Yay! Welcome spring! Spring? As in spring? Whoa! What is the air fryer? No, silly, not spring rolls. Spring break? Where will we play? But spring breaks are awesome! Hooray! No, Mother. Spring meaning the season. Winter, fall, summer, and spring. Now you get it? Oh, I'm reminded of a quote that spring is nature's way of saying, let's party! Smarty pants. Come up, Bolu, let's have a party. Do you know what's so fun about spring? All the fun celebrations and festivals, especially ones from India. Is there a spring festival where you can celebrate and have fun? Yes, there are many festivals like Vasanta Panchami, Vasanta Navaratri, Ugadi, Ramanami, and so many more festivals. Because of these festivals, we get to eat lots of yummy food and see our relatives. Haha, yes, correct. In India, we celebrate spring with lots of music, food, festivities, and lots of colors. After spending the winter indoors, I am so looking forward to spring and all its festivities. I bet you do! Gudi Padwa is celebrated in Maharashtra as a harvest festival too. Vasanta Panchami is mainly celebrated in and marks the start of spring. Right, Apu? Yes, you are correct. We worship Goddess Saraswati during Vasanta Panchami. Do you know who she is? She is the goddess of knowledge and wisdom. 40 days from Vasanta Panchami is Holi. Holi is filled with beautiful, vibrant colors, and it is so much fun. It is my favorite festival. Spring is a very colorful, and there are many beautiful festivals in spring. Most of the festivals start the year off with happiness and prosperity. Come on now, let's watch Kutikita and the puppets perform the story of Holi. Yeah, let's watch Kutikita and the other string puppets tell us the story of Holi. And let's sit back and enjoy. Let's drink Thandai and watch the show.
Oh, I flap from a land, from a faraway place, where the tigers and elephants roam, where the jungles are immense and the ladus make us dance. It's fantastic, and hey, it's home. It's the land of the pearls, and my hair naturally curls. No, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry, kids, I can't rhyme anymore. Did you guys learn about spring festivals in India from my friends in the forest? I really loved listening to all of them. Of all the festivals that they spoke about, I really liked the festival of Holi. I'm going to share the story of how we started celebrating Holi. Holi is one of the grandest festivals of India, and it is celebrated internationally as well. Just the thought of Holi fills me with joy and the mood to dance. That was tiring. I will tell you the story now. Long, long ago, so long ago, nobody knows how long ago, before even we had borders for countries, there was a kingdom ruled by a mean king called Hiranyakashipu. He had a meaner brother named Hiranyaksha and a sister, Holika. Hey, don't worry. I don't have COVID symptoms, though I am a very positive person. You see? Get it? Am I not the funniest bird in town, huh? Okay, let's carry on. Where were we? The story of Holi. All the 3 siblings were born into a Rakshasa, or demon family, and were very, very powerful and very, very mean. The first one, Hiranyaksha, silly guy, thought he could hide Mother Earth underwater. Can you believe it? Hide Earth? Vishnu took the form of a Varaham, a boar, and put an end to Hiranyaksha. This angered the mighty king Hiranyakashipu. Let's see what he does.
What did you say?
Lord, your brother lost to Lord Vishnu.
Vishnu. I can't bear hearing that name anymore. And don't call him Lord. I am gonna go defeat him right now.
Lord, please wait. Yes, please wait. You should increase your powers before facing Lord Vishnu. Maybe pray to Brahma for a boon?
What boon? I'm already the strongest man. What more do I need?
Yes, you are strong, but the boon will make you invincible.
You will never die.
Immortality! You please me, my minister. Let me go get that boon.
Oh no! This is frightening. My mom is calling me to clean her room. She somehow thinks she can get me to do all her work. I'm not her maid. Wait, Mom. Wait. I'm telling a story to kids. I'll be there in 100 hours. Okay, where were we? Yes. He went to the forest to pray to Brahma. He went and prayed so hard that he didn't even realize an anthill grew over him. That made Brahma very happy, and he came over and gave him a boon. When Lord Brahma said he cannot grant immortality to Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakashipu asked for,
I cannot be killed by any human being or animal. I cannot die either indoors or outdoors. I cannot die in the day or in the night. I cannot be killed either by any Astra or Shastra. I cannot be killed either on land or in the sea or in the air.
Ooh, Hiranyakashipu thinks he is so smart, doesn't he? I am pretty sure the Lord Vishnu has something fitting in mind for Hiranyakashipu. What do you think, kids? For a little time, Hiranyakashipu became invincible and made all the people in his kingdom worship him as a god. Everyone followed suit, except his own son Prahlad, who worshipped Lord Vishnu instead. Offended by his son's disobedience, King Hiranyakashipu decided to kill Prahlad, but his many attempts were unsuccessful.
I am the only god in the universe. I see all the devas doing puja to me.
Yes, my lord.
That is true. Everyone worships you, but the prince. We just can't convince him to let go of the law. Sorry, Vishnu.
I've tried to fix him multiple times. He never listens. We should throw him in the snake pit.
Oh no, this is scary. Have you heard of anyone throwing their own son into a snake pit? He is crazy. All of Hiranyakashipu's attempts to kill his son failed because every single time, Prahlad was saved by Lord Vishnu. King Hiranyakashipu then asked Holika, his sister, to kill Prahalad with her boon. Holika's gift was that she could not be harmed or burned by fire. Holika's blessing was in the form of a shawl, something like an invisibility cloak, just that it won't make fire harm her when she wears it. The shawl is supposed to protect her. Well, you guys are wondering what's going to happen next. Well, I won't keep you waiting any longer.
Brother, what's up? I'm on my way back from the Chariot Super Bowl. It was so much fun. Our team won by 2 horses in the final minute of the game. Instead of being there, why are you walking around back and forth? Have you been given a timeout by your wife?
I'm so fed up about being outwitted by Prahalad. He thinks he's so powerful and thinks he's Vishnu's best friend. That makes me so upset and angry.
Well, Prahalad is a smart person, and he is probably Vishnu's real BFF. In fact, I saw Prahalad call Vishnu using different names, like Narayana, Ananta, Achyuta, as if they are the closest friends in the world. But why are you bothered by it?
Enough! I am becoming so angry that I might just pull this string off.
No! Then you will not be able to do your fancy dance move in the Super Bowl celebration tonight. What do you want to do?
Do you have any idea as to how I can kill Prahalad?
Let me think. I know! Do you remember that I have a cloak that will protect me from fire?
That's perfect!
Yes! I will take my dear nephew with me into a fire pit. Then... ha 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 ha!
You are the best sister ever!
I don't know why I have such a hard time putting on a shawl. I just can't wrap my head around it. Get it? Anyone? Okay, let's move on. What a bad aunt. My aunt gets me toys. But Prahalad's aunt wants to throw him in the fire. She was not only mean to Prahalad, but to everyone around her. Do you think anyone will like a mean lady like that? No way. This is so scary. Let's see what happens next.
Come, Prahalad. Do you want to buy candy?
Saying the name of the Lord Vishnu is better than candy for me, my dear aunt.
Do you want to play a video game with me?
Lord Vishnu's grand design is the best video game of all.
Oh, is it? Come sit in my lap, my child, and show me how.
Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya.
No! I am burning!
Isn't Prahalad a blessed child? This story is a testament to the power of bhakti, devotion. And eventually, Hiranyakashipu gets killed by Lord Vishnu himself. Lord Vishnu comes down as half lion, half human during twilight and kills Hiranyakashipu at the doorway using his bare hands. Didn't I tell you Lord Vishnu had a plan for him? Back to Holi. The killing of Holika is symbolized by Holika Dahan, even today. A day before the festival of Holi, people build a pyre symbolizing the destruction of the demon Holika. Holika symbolizes anger, jealousy, ego that exists in all of us. Holi is known internationally as the Festival of Colors. On the day of Holi, people apply colors to each other's face and wish Happy Holi! They celebrate the festival with good food, music, and dance. Did you know that Holi is also celebrated to remember the divine love between Radha and Krishna? In Vrindavan, people play Holi with flowers and colors. Holi marks the end of winter, ushers in spring, and love beyond boundaries, beyond religion, beyond race. On that happy note, I would like to wish you all a happy Holi. Come on, let's dance!
What a great story! Wow! Prahlad's devotion to Vishnu is so inspiring. Now we know why we celebrate spring. When we apply colors to each other, we all become the same multicolored people. Yeah, we all look the same. There's no discrimination.
Yes, no status discrimination. We all are equal.
Yay! Also, knowing this about Holi makes it even more fun to celebrate.
Especially throwing colors on one another.
Race you to the colors! Happy Holi!
Not on my dress! Not on my
and thank you for inviting me to participate in this year's virtual edition of the Spring Festival. Spring is my absolute favorite time of year as we transition away from the cold, dreary winter weather here in the Pacific Northwest to a season full of warmth and joy and vibrant colors everywhere you look. And just this week, many of the plants and flowers in our community started to bloom. I found that to be exceptionally good timing with all the amazing progress we're making in our region, putting the pandemic behind us. This has been a very challenging time for all of us, but those challenging times will be over soon as more people get vaccinated. And what better way to turn the corner than to enjoy the spring season and the beautiful Pacific Northwest outdoors with friends and our loved ones, once it's safe to do so. I want to thank Northwest Share and Washington State Parks and Traditional Arts Program for organizing this wonderful event. And I wish everyone a very happy spring.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We are live in Dakar, Senegal, West Africa, and I'm very happy and we are very honored to be here to play for Spring Festival for the people in Seattle and Redmond, Washington, and our friend in India. My name is John Job, so we are here, and I'd like to say special thanks for my good friend Lata. Thank you, Lata, for organizing. So during the spring, we have different music we play traditionally here. We're going to play some of that rhythm, and we're very happy to be a part of this spring festival. And Lata was asking me earlier to explain a little bit about Senegal. We are in West Africa. And she was telling me to explain our Independence Day in Senegal is April 4, 4 Avril. So that's the independence for Senegal. And then during the spring right now, there's not too much music going on because it's during Ramadan and 90% of the people here are fasting. So we just come to this beautiful cultural center, Dutasek in Dakar, to share some music with you. So we want to say thank you for having us. And to start the program today, we're going to start with our good friend, Ndo Kanute. He's going to play some traditional music from Senegal, West Africa for the greeting. And then after that, we have the full band to play with us. Thank you. Yes, yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are very happy to be part of this program. Thank you so much for having us. We are here live in Dakar, Senegal, West Africa. And I'm very happy and honored to be here with some of my favorite amazing musicians from different parts of Africa. The first one is my cousin, and Junjung. His name is Bai Modu Njai on Junjung. And over here we have this amazing kora player, Ndo Memba Kanute on kora. Ndo. And my favorite saxophone player in West Africa, my good friend Wilfried from Benin. Wilfried. And I'm beautiful singers, amazing artist, Jean-Michel from West Africa, Benin. Give it up for Jean-Michel. And one of my favorite percussionists, Mario on conga and cowbell and all kind of things. Thank you, Mario. We are very happy to be part of you guys. Thank you so much for having us. And we hope to see you soon. And we hope this COVID-19 will go away soon and we can get back together and do our work together how we used to do it. God is good. Thank you so much. And I'd like to give special thanks for the Centre Culturel Dutasek in Dakar. Dutasek here, the Centre Culturel. And Chan and amazing friend here in the sound system. And Sisa over here, Nado and crew. We want to say thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Northwest Share is a 501c3 non-profit organization based in Seattle, founded in 1998 by our president, Harry Terhanian. Northwest Share promotes arts, culture, heritage, education, health, and humanitarian services. It organizes many arts, cultural, and humanitarian festivals all around Washington state in partnership with many city, state governments, and non-profit organizations. Northwest Share organizes this virtual Spring Festival in partnership with Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission Folk and Traditional Arts Program and is made possible by funding from the National Endowment for the Arts and the Washington State Parks Foundation. Northwest Share serves the Seattle, Redmond, and Tacoma communities 7 days a week, 365 days a year through their free vegetarian food truck. Northwest Share serves thousands of boxes of healthy vegetarian food every week. Northwest Share believes in creating prosperity by sharing. It is run 100% by volunteers. Please donate to Northwest Share to enable them to continue their service. Visit their website www.nwshare.org and then click on the donate button. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Joy Kaczorowski and I work as a Parks Interpretive Specialist with Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission. Now, as a Parks Interpretive Specialist, my job is to teach people about the amazing cultural and natural resources of the state. A few years ago, I was fortunate to be able to work at Lake Sammamish State Park in Issaquah. Now, I say that I was fortunate for a variety of different reasons. Having grown up in the greater Seattle area, state parks such as Lake Sammamish State Park are very near and dear to my own heart. As a child, my family was all about getting outside, recreating, and playing in nature. Lake Sammamish State Park is full of fond memories for me. Lake Sammamish State Park is a park that's special not only to the people who choose to recreate there, but also to the wildlife which call this park home. And so today, I'm incredibly excited to talk with all of you a little bit more about the park. I hope today that we can all discover and explore Lake Sammamish State Park, not just as a beautiful urban park, but also as an important home to wildlife. Now, to get us started, when I say the word home, what do you all think of? What does home mean to you? What do you need and your home in order to survive, to be content, or to be happy? I'm going to give you all just a few moments to think about this. Did you all get a chance to think about what you need in your homes in order to survive? Well, I did as well. And in my home, I need my family, but I also need items that are like food, or even water, or perhaps some form of shelter, helping to protect me from the elements, the wind, the rain, or maybe even the sun that's beating down on a hot summer's day. And you know, after some thought, I also decided that I need space. I need space in order to grow, space in order to move around. Now, did you list off some of these things as well? I bet you probably did, because all living things within their homes, or what we like to refer to for wildlife, their habitats, need food, water, shelter, and space. Lake Sammamish State Park is an urban state park that's a little over 530 acres, which is fairly large for an urban green space and pretty amazing. Within the state park, we can find a wide variety of wildlife that live in these different habitats around the park. Some of these habitats can be found in forested areas, open fields, along the freshwater shoreline, within the wetlands, the creeks, or the streams. So how about we go discover some of the different wildlife that call Lake Sammamish State Park home? Have you ever seen a large skinny bird balanced on one foot at the edge of the lake? If so, you've probably found a great blue heron. With a long S-shaped neck and dagger-like bill, herons are able to hunt for their favorite food, fish and frogs. Be careful of getting too close, as when startled, these birds are quick to fly away. Though if you happen to see one in flight, I'd encourage you to stop to admire their amazingly large wings that can span over 6 feet from tip to tip, allowing them to soar. While walking along the edge of a river or creek within the park, have you noticed a pile of logs, almost like a dam? This pile was most likely purposely and carefully constructed by a beaver. Though not often seen, as they are crepuscular animals, meaning they are typically active at dawn or dusk, beavers build dams to flood shorelines and waterways, creating areas where they can easily hide from predators. As an animal with large webbed back feet, you can imagine that walking on land might be a bit of a challenge. Have you explored the trails within the park? Perhaps you've taken a corner to hear a quick rustle. The animal disappearing in the woods was most likely a deer. Commonly seen around the park, deer are naturally a skittish animal, preferring to bed within the thickets in the woods and keep their young close. Always remember, when you see wildlife, to maintain a safe distance and never feed them. Help keep our wildlife wild. Or maybe you have enjoyed sunset within the park and seen small creatures flying in odd patterns around you. These creatures are bats, and though not everyone's favorite animal, they are incredibly important to us. Did you know that a little brown bat can eat over 1,000 mosquitoes in 1 hour? There are many animals which call Lake Sammamish State Park home, beyond the ones that I just mentioned. Lake Sammamish State Park, again, is over 530 acres, and there's habitats all throughout the park for wildlife to survive, having the food, water, shelter, and space that they need. Now, these animals I've listed off, or these animals that we know live within the park, also probably live within your own backyards. That's one of the amazing things about urban state parks. I'd like to encourage you all to take some time, either today, tomorrow, later this week, or even later this month, to walk around your own backyard, your own community, and see what sorts of habitats you can find, or what sorts of animals live within your backyard. I'd encourage you to start a nature journal to document what you're seeing, or perhaps if you're feeling crafty, maybe you'd want to create your very own habitat crown. Hello everyone, I'm very excited that you're here to make habitat crowns today. Now, in order to make your habitat crowns, you're going to need a couple of craft items. What I have here on the table are my habitat crown base which I've connected by using some strips of construction paper. I've chosen to connect them with a stapler, which seems to work out a little bit better than glue, just so you know. So I have my crown base. I also have 4 cards that you can go ahead and cut out and then write on, or you can print off from your computer. My cards say shelter, food, space, and water. Those 4 different things that we need, or all living things need in their habitat to survive. I also have some glue, as well as some items that will help me to draw on my habitat cards to then put onto my habitat crown. You can use markers, crayons, whatever you happen to have at home. So to get us started, you first need to think a little bit about what is an animal that's within your own backyard or your own community. Well, an animal that I sometimes see really early in the morning as I'm going into work or very late at night as I'm coming home is a coyote. Now, a lot of folks don't love coyotes, but I do, because this here is their natural habitat. Now that I've identified an animal that lives within my own community, the coyote, I need to think a little bit about what does this animal need to survive? What is a coyote's food, water, shelter, and space? And then I'll go ahead and either write or draw those on my cards. So if I think about it, well, for water, there's a lake that's really close to my house, and I bet the coyote that I see oftentimes gets water from this lake. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a lake on my card here. And you can be as detailed as you want. And again, if you don't like to draw, that's totally fine. You can go ahead and write it down and maybe describe what that lake looks like. But I'm gonna go ahead and draw the lake, maybe add a couple of trees around this lake, because it's a pretty forested area. And for purposes of today, I don't think I'll do too many details, but to help you kind of get the point. Now let's look at another one of our cards. Food. What do coyotes like to eat for food? Well, coyotes are what we call opportunistic eaters, and they'll eat pretty much anything they can find. They're actually omnivores, eating both plants and animals. And I've heard of coyotes eating a berry that we have here in my backyard called a salmon berry. And I bet some of you probably have salmon berries in your own backyards as well. So I'm gonna draw this bush. And on this bush, I'm gonna draw a bunch of little salmon berries. And maybe I'll actually include a couple other different food sources, because I know coyotes will eat pretty much anything. So maybe I'll draw even a small mouse, because again, coyotes are carnivores. It's really up to you, to whatever you want to put on your cards. Now my next card, shelter. What does a coyote use for shelter? Well, coyotes live in dens, and these dens can be in the sides of hillsides, or they can be in other locations. And I think probably in my area, it's gonna be the side of a hillside, or maybe the bank of a stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a hole in the ground that is my coyote's den. Awesome. Okay, and finally, my last card is space. And space is usually the hardest card to draw or to describe. Well, when I think of space, I think of the area that includes the food, water, and shelter. And I think of the habitat that I see around me. So our coyote within this location where I live lives in a forested area. So I'm gonna show on my space card a nice forested area with lots of space for my coyote to live and be happy within its own habitat. Go ahead and draw on a few trees here. Okay, once you've gone ahead and you've completed drawing in and filling out your food, water, shelter, and space card, the next step is to attach these cards onto your habitat crown. You can do so with glue or a stapler, whichever works out easiest, or I guess even tape too. Once you go ahead and you get them attached onto the base of your crown, get someone to help you out and make sure your crown measures around your head, and you can happily and proudly show a creature that lives within your own backyard or community and the habitat that it has. Well, thank you all so much for joining me for this craft. I hope you enjoy doing it at home. Well, I'd like to thank you all for joining me today for this short program about Lake Sammamish State Park. I hope you're all able to learn something a little bit more about this amazing urban green space and discover how it's not that much different than our own homes. I hope you enjoyed learning about some of the wildlife that live within Lake Sammamish State Park, and I hope that you feel inspired to look for wildlife and habitats within your own backyards and communities. I'd like to invite you all to come on out to Lake Sammamish State Park or one of our other state parks sometime, and I hope that you find that these state parks feel like home to you as well. State parks are protected not only for the natural and cultural resources, but also for the enjoyment for all of us. So again, thank you so much for joining us from Washington State Parks.
Hi, I'm King County Council Chair Claudia Balducci, and I want to welcome you all to this year's Spring Festival. Spring is a time of revival. It brings new life, hope, and joy. We see color and we have fun in our communities, and we need this more than ever this year. Spring is a time of celebration in many cultures, and that's why it's so exciting to have this multicultural festival to present to you all. I want to thank Northwest Share for bringing this festival to us in partnership with the Washington State Parks Folk and International Arts Program. As always, a gigantic thank you to Letha Sambarmurthy, who produced and directed the festival, and of course to all the many multicultural artists who put their talents on display for us to enjoy today. I wish you all a very happy Spring Fest.
Hello everyone. My name is Ben Tang and I am here today representing for the country of Cambodia. So welcome. I just wanted to start off by saying thank you to Lata for inviting myself as well as my Cambodian classical dance group, which is Kamarat Samaki Classical Group, aka KSCG, from Tacoma, Washington, for having this opportunity to be part of the Spring Festival. You know, it is with great pleasure and honor to be part of such a cultural and a diverse event, and I cannot be any more happy that we have this opportunity to share and to showcase some of our cultural presentation. So the country of Cambodia is a country that's very rich in culture as well as agriculture. And so there's two main seasons in the country of Cambodia. It has two main seasons. We have the rainy or the monsoon season, which is typically from June to October, and the dry season from November to May. The dry season, however, is split into two. We have the cold, which is from November to February, and the hot, which is from March to May. Now when it's hot and dry in Cambodia, it is spring here in our evergreen state. So during this time, Cambodia happens to celebrate one of its major cultural holiday, which is Cambodian New Year, that takes place in mid-April. And this time is also a time that marks the end of the harvesting season. And so it is a celebration over a course of 3 days, with the first day called the Mohasangkran. And on this day, we dress up and light candles and incense sticks at shrines where the members of each family pay homage to offer thanks to the Buddha's teachings. And the second day is Virat Vanabat, which we contribute charity to the less fortunate and attend a dedication ceremony to our ancestors at monasteries. Lastly, the third day is called Tngai Lang Sat, and on this day we wash and bathe Buddha statues as well as our elders, such as our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. It could be older sibling we would bathe them or bless them with perfumed water, symbolizing the washing away of bad actions, and bring longevity, good luck, and happiness to their lives, and as well as our lives, and also a way to show gratitude and apologize to them, for any of our bad actions, respecting and honoring them as well. Here, we also have festivities, including, playing traditional games. We have the traditional, classical, and popular dance, live music, and many other forms of entertainment, So for the Spring Festival, I myself, representing for the country of Cambodia, would like to share with you all 2 Cambodian classical pieces that we have brought to you today for this event. Now the first one is called Bung Su Nyakon, which is a prayer dance to the heavenly deities and spirits to promote fertility, induce the rains, bring peace and prosperity to the kingdom. And this dance will be performed by myself, Ben Tang. And the second dance presentation that we have is called Robam Tevet. Robam Tevet, which consists of a male and female figure dancer representing heavenly beings and moving in and out of formation, expressing heavenly bliss that embodies the friendship, prosperity, and well-being of Cambodian people. Again, performed by myself, Ben Tang, and my partner, Srepa. So please enjoy, and happy Spring Festival to everyone tuning in on this event. Thank you, and have a lovely day.
I would like to thank Northwest Share, Washington State Parks Folk and Traditional Arts Program, Northwest Share President Harry Terhanian, Michaela from Washington State Parks, the elected leaders and other dignitaries for their greetings and support, Northwest Share volunteers, Matt and Alvin from Nash for their technical support and assistance, all the talented artists from diverse cultures for making this festival a huge success. And above all, thank you all for all your support. Hope you enjoyed this virtual Spring Festival. Thank you. Happy Spring. Northwest Share is a 501c3 nonprofit organization based in Seattle, founded in 1998 by our president, Harry Terhanian. Northwest Share promotes arts, culture, heritage, education, health, and humanitarian services. It organizes many arts, cultural, and humanitarian festivals all around Washington state in partnership with many city, state governments, and non-profit organizations. Northwest Share organizes this virtual Spring Festival in partnership with Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission Folk and Traditional Arts Program and is made possible by funding from the National Endowment for the Arts and the Washington State Parks Foundation. Northwest Share serves the Seattle, Redmond, and Tacoma communities 7 days a week, 365 days a year through their free vegetarian food truck. Northwest Share serves thousands of boxes of healthy vegetarian food every week. Northwest Share believes in creating prosperity by sharing. It is run 100% by volunteers. Please donate to Northwest Share to enable them to continue their service. Visit their website www.nwshare.org and then click on the donate button. Thank you very much.